Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, welcome to Crux Gaming's YouTube channel where we bring you some of the most awesome StarCraft 2 plays of Crux Gaming's players. Today we have a best of 3 match between Lancel and Veriol. The first game is going to be taking place on Belshir Vestige. In the lower right portion of the map we have from Crux Gaming. It is going to be the pink Zerg player Lancel, a recent acquisition by Crux Gaming, and in the top left it is going to be from Team Isuba Intel Veriol, the yellow Zerg player. This game was played as part of the best of threes, or part of the bracket, should I say, during the recent LANcraft 2013, which is one of the biggest LANs in, or the biggest LAN, should I say, in the Czech Republic. This was a part of the StarCraft 2 tournament. They also had a LoL section there, League of Legends. Very popular game all around the world. So, yeah, I expect both of these guys playing a pretty standard game, since there are no early pools going down. The only question remains is who is going to go for a pool first, and we can see that Lancel is the one that's going to be dropping that building onto his creep, and it looks like Veriol is shooting for a hatch first here. I think he'll be getting a gas after this hatch, just to have access to that very quick link speed, considering he is delaying his pool. This is exactly what he needs to do. Meanwhile, Lancel taking his expansion, and both players will be getting a gas at roughly the same time. Here we see Veriol already building his, and we should see an extractor going down for Lancel relatively short here. Come on, what are you doing with that drone, Lancel? Come on, dude. Build a gas. There we go. There's the gas for Lancel, so he's going to be a little bit of time late on that gas mining, and Veriol probably will be getting a very quick link speed here. As soon as he accumulates that 100 gas, he'll be queuing that one up. I suspect that Lancel will be doing the same, and yeah, well, at this point in time, Veriol actually, the only thing he scouted was the hatchery timing, which pretty much is the only thing you need ever to scout as a Zerg player, and the rest is, well, the rest comes down to good builds, good timings, not missing your speed research, getting enough banelings to defend any early aggressions, and just watch the minimap intently. That is what this Overlord is here for, and will probably park itself somewhere around this ramp, and we'll be watching for any Zerglings that might be coming out of Veriol's base. Veriol already getting the link speed. Lancel did manage to sneak 2 Zerglings in, and will he get that drone kill he so desperately wants? Yes, he did, but the Lings get cornered by the drones, and the Queen finishes them off. So, yeah, one worker kill so far, and speed on the way for both players. Lancel, as I said, he's going to be a little bit late on that speed compared to his opponent, just due to the gas timing. Already getting a baneling nest though. Both players actually are getting a baneling nest, and it seems like they want to be playing defensively here because they are not even trying to hide the baneling nest. You know, when you are trying to go for something like a 2-base speedling baneling all-in, you usually hide the baneling nest somewhere where the opponent cannot scout it easily enough. Unless he manages to run lings inside your base, which, yeah, that's almost what happened. So with the baneling nests finishing up, let's see how many lings and how many banelings each player makes. That does tend to tell you which of these two is going to be aggressive and which is going to be taking or assuming the defensive stance. We see a Spinecrawler going up for Lancel. Kind of tells me that he wants to stay defensive for the time being, and we see 8 lings on one side and 10 lings on the other side in production. Lancel getting, very wisely getting one baneling here on top of this ramp. Placing a baneling on top of that ramp basically means that if a Zergling run by happens, they run straight into that baneling and all of them die. And now Lancel, what has he seen? He saw a bunch of lings making their way across the map. This might incite him to build more lings for defense, or maybe more banelings, but no, he's getting just a +1 carapace armor and going into Roach Warren straight up, so he doesn't want to build very many banelings at this stage in the game. And, well, he's got 4 defensive banelings here, 1 on top of the ramp, 4 on the low ground. Will they finish in time to accept this coming attack? Looks like they will, and this baneling is looking for some good detonation and does get it. The second baneling is being killed by the spike roller, but oh, Lancel's banelings do not finish morphing in as they are being killed before they do. And now, oh my god, the drones, can Veriol get them? And he does! Let's look at the drone kill tab. 11 drones killed for Veriol already, and he is piling up the aggression. Look at this, 28 more lings in production. Now Lancel, he is not very far behind his opponent in terms of drones, but the problem is, can he hold the next attack here? He's producing roaches, a couple of banelings for defense, but 0 lings, so he's going to have to rely on very good baneling detonations, and I don't know if Veriol will allow him to have those. 2 banelings for 2 banelings, not the best of trades, and that detonation was completely useless. Let's see if Lancel can get a couple of good ones here, as the lings do run past, and the slow roaches will not be able to kill those lings fast enough. The queen may even fall. No, Lancel defends and saves the queen, and right now Lancel, he's going back to drones as he's moving across the map, trying to put a little bit of pressure back onto his opponent. Now the thing is, the lair is down here for both players. Oh, and there we go, Spire going up for Veriol. So he's probably going to try and go Mutas. Let us see what the response will be from Lancel. He's trying to get a scout in, but not successful in that. And Veriol taking a third base at a very peculiar location. Usually, you see the third base being taken right here. But Veriol, this is actually kind of smart, because unless Lancel saw a drone heading that way, he will probably have no idea. Oh my god. There wasn't a cancel done onto that hatchery, which means a clear loss of 400 minerals for Lancel. Things are not looking good with these lings running past into the main base. About that one defensive baneling, what did I tell you guys? You always need to have 1 or 2 defensive banelings on top of your ramp. So Veriol not being able to do much there, as he is waiting for his Spire to finish. Still has 10 seconds to go, building his Roach Warren double Evo chambers only just now. If we look at the upgrades, we have +1 carapace done, and has been done for a long time for Lancel here. As, well, first 10 mutas are on the field, and spore crawlers are going down. We also have the infestation pit finished for Lancel, and pathogen glands on the way. Going to take a couple more seconds before he can start producing infestors, but I think he should be just fine. With the first mutas hatching, he should have just enough defenses, especially when those infestors come out, you know. Interestingly enough, though, Veriol is going for missile attacks and carapace upgrades as opposed to melee attacks and carapace upgrades for his army, so he's probably going to try and switch into something else, into something ranged, maybe roaches, maybe hydras. And we also have Grial Reconstitution on the way for both players. This third base, meanwhile, under attack by Veriol, might even be killed before all that anti-air gets there. The Spore Crawler is very slowly making its way over there, trying to burrow. Transfuse is going off onto the hatchery, saving it from dying, and very nice job here by Lancel. Good, solid defense. Let's see if those mutas will be able to kill those queens. Probably not. Probably not. And this Spore Crawler will continue to zone them out even more. Oh my god, losing 2 mutas to a Spore Crawler. Not a good thing to happen to you. So let us see, 12 roaches in production for Veriol. Lancel, what are you doing, Lancel? Lancel's just getting his infestors up. He's getting +2 missile attacks. So this game is going to transition into a pretty standard roach macro play from this point on, I can imagine. And it all comes down to, you know, how successful is your harassment, how many injects you miss, because right now it basically is all about production. If both players keep up with their macro, I don't suspect a transition into Hydras anytime soon, because, you know, transitioning into Hydras can be very, very dangerous for a player that does so. It leaves you open to a huge, huge attack with roaches by your opponent, because there is a period of time where you have a couple of supplies saved up to build up to those Hydras, and yeah, Lancel, oh, I don't know if he's maybe wasting a little bit of energy there, but definitely trying to get the best trades, and, you know, getting a clump of roaches for free, basically. That's always a good thing for you. But likewise, Veriol is looking to do some damage here, possibly even take out this third base. And do we have any more fungals remaining? No, we do not. So these infestors are just sitting ducks, but I think that Lancel has enough here, and his +2 missile attacks are about to finish as well. If Veriol continues to attack into this position, he will be making very cost-inefficient trades. Now, it is true that he does have a third base of his own, Lancel finally knowing about that, but he is behind in upgrades a little bit. He will even that out, but it will take, well, 2 more minutes to do so, as his +2/+2 is only just now on the way. However, Veriol is taking the liberties to build a fourth base here. Lancel sending a couple of roaches there, trying to slow that down or maybe force a cancel. Still a couple of Mutalisks remaining in the air. Not that much though, only 5 mutas, and well, Veriol is trying to go Hydras right now. He's getting the Hydra range upgrade, which are the grooved spines here, followed by muscular augments to make them a little bit faster off creep. But here's the thing. Lancel, he's got a very powerful composition of Infestor Roach. And this is precisely the time where Veriol is a little bit vulnerable. He needs to build his Hydra count up, but I don't think Lancel is going to give him the luxury, give him the time to do that. He's attacking into the third base right now. Good fungal, catching 99.9% of that army, and that forces the GG out of Veriol, as well as having to cancel his fourth base. So Lancel abusing the timing there, and realizing the point in time where Veriol was the most vulnerable, and takes the first game. The score is 1-0. Let's jump into the second one.